stand tall. Words are blades that never fall. Debate like warriors brave. Every thought we give and save. Through the noise we cut clean. Spirited minds sharp and keen. With a spark that lights the night. Join us in this epic fight. Welcome to the Spartan arena, where minds clash and thoughts gleam. In the heat of every word, truth and insight will be heard. Buckle up and take your stance. In this arena there's no chance to escape the vibrant lore. Dive in deep and search for more. From heartfelt talks to fierce debates, we explore what fate creates. Side by side we seek the light. In the dark our minds ignite. Welcome to the Spartan arena, where minds clash and thoughts gleam. In the heat of every word, truth and insight will be heard. In the ring we stand tall. Words of blades that never fall. Debate like warriors brave. Every thought we give and save. In the ring we stand tall. Words of blades that never fall. Debate like warriors brave. Every thought we give and save. Through the noise we cut clean. Spirited mind sharp and keen. With a spark that lights the night. Join us in this epic fight. Welcome to the Spartan arena, where minds clash and thoughts gleam. In the heat of every word, truth and insight will be heard. Buckle up and take your stance. In this arena, there's no chance to escape the fight by law. Dive in deep and search for more. From heartfelt talks to fierce debates, we explore what fate creates. Side by side we seek the light. In the dark our minds ignite. Welcome talks to fierce debates, we explore what fate creates. Side by side we seek the light. In the dark our minds ignite. Welcome to the Spartan arena, where minds clash and thoughts gleam. In the heat of every word, truth and insight will be heard. Buckle up and take your stance. In this arena, there's no chance to escape the fight by law. Dive in deep and search for more.
What is going on, everybody? We're back at another stream, another live. You know where you're at. You know you're at. You're at Spartan HQ Network. I'm your host, the Spartan, aka Peter. So tonight we're talking about has if I can pronounce, I'm exhausted from work. Has socializing became too sensitive? Freedom of speech, feelings, and finding the balance. But before we get into it, I gotta bring this knucklehead in here. Of course, you guys, he's my brother from the UK. Let's welcome in.
A new subscriber.
Oops, wrong button. What is with you in the glasses lately?
I don't know. You're alright, old man. That's better.
All right, what's up with you in the glasses?
I don't know. Haven't got a clue.
Look like you're hiding a hangover.
No, I just got a bit of a headache. And I've got to have the
you're alright,
light on,
headache.
otherwise it'll be like this.
So, question for you: you think we became too sensitive lately in society?
Yep.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Because the reason I say that because in the workforce at least, you gotta be very careful what you say and what you do.
Yep.
Because before you know it, there's a whole HR bullshit on your ass. I don't know if you guys have an HR thing called down there in the UK.
Yeah.
Same thing. You guys call it HR too.
Yeah. Human
So
resources.
I think we became so sensitive. We have to be careful what we say. I don't think that's the right thing to do. To be honest with you, what do you think?
Yeah. Well, it's all this woke bit of bollocks, isn't it? It's all this flaming feminist bullshit that's been going around recently. That's why everyone's been so feminine. Bunch of pussies. Sorry, my language, but
No, you're good. You're good.
That's the truth. Society.
I think people are
society around the whole world have become a bunch of pussies. That's the easiest way to do it. The government didn't help either.
I totally agree with that. I'm not disagreeing.
Look at my country. We've all been flaming mushed down so much by our own government. Been pushed down to cover up bullshit, lies, and that sort of thing. And if we do anything about it, they arrest us for it. So they made us absolute pussies. You're not allowed to say certain words. You're not allowed to say all types of things. One begins with an O, D, Y, and ends in E. 4-letter word. If you can get what I'm saying.
Can you so saying dick will get you in trouble?
No. If you say it rhymes with maggots, you say that, you can get arrested. If you say hold on, I'll put it in the back.
Okay.
All right, certain things like that.
So that I think that's a problem because we became so sensitive, and it comes with
There you go.
All right, so it goes with the show we about freedom of speech, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
And are you really drinking milk?
I've had that's my third glass. I've been feeling like shit lately. So shut up.
That's a good boy.
I personally wish it was breast milk, but hey ho.
Oh boy, this is so milky.
I've got a bottle of squash over here. I've got coffee there, and I've got a cold glass of milk. I just personally wish it was Nikki's breast milk, but hey ho.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Do I really need to go there? I'm gonna roast you right now if I do. You do understand I get more ass than you do.
Oh, you mean more puss?
Mm-hmm.
Want to bet?
Oh, I know. I know for a fact. All right, we're not going there tonight. We're definitely not going there tonight. But seriously, I think this goes really well with our last show 2 weeks ago with the freedom of speech. Is freedom of speech still free? And if you guys didn't check out, please go back and check out in the archives. And I think it was a really good show overall. And Paul is he can defend this. Also, I think this falls really well with cancel culture because I do believe you need to watch what you say.
Yep.
Very, very carefully. So if you don't watch what you say, you can backfire a lot. I'm not 100% against cancel culture, but I'm not for it either. I'm like in the middle in it, like right in the middle of the gray area, kind of like no fun intended. I just don't want to shows. But
Kind of
with
like comes like the freedom of speech when you turn around and say a joke. What do you call an abortion clinic in Pakistan?
oh Jesus Christ, go ahead.
Counter-terrorism.
You're an idiot. It was funny because a couple of years back I saw a comedian. All right, I kind of actually snuck in. Yeah.
Haven't we all?
No, okay, so the backstory was this. I told this on the air before. I was doing Uber for a little bit because I was between jobs and I still want money can come in, right?
Poor
So
man.
my buddies was going to see a comedian called Fluffy. He had 2 open acts before him.
Mhm.
Great. And they had security and cops and everything. And I asked the officer, like, hey, I don't have tickets for the show, but I really need to use the bathrooms. Anyway, I can just go use the bathroom, come back out. Like, yeah, go ahead, my man. I went to the bathroom, and the stage was right there. So I was like, let me just look. It's nothing wrong about looking and leaving, right? And the hustler, who's telling you where your seats is, he comes up to me and goes, "Sir, are you looking for your seats?" I'm like, "Yeah, you know what? I am." Oh, it's probably down on the front, on the second row, the only open seat left. I want, thanks, my man. Went in there, watched the whole comedian. My buddies call me, hey Pete, we're done. Where you at? I'm like, look down. Hi. I'm like, you son of a bitch. But the open act, and like, this is falls to what we're talking about to sensitives, because the open act goes, hey, what do you call a drunk woman on her period? I go, I don't know. And he goes, a mudslide. I personally didn't think it funny. I think it was stupid, to be honest with you.
It's a bit like the joke. Why did God give women legs? Because he saw the mess that snails left.
I hate you. I fucking really hate you some days. But this whole sensitivity, like you got okay. Some things, yes, you have to watch what you say.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day when I was first becoming a cook, or as a prep cook, and before I became a chef, we were not sensitive.
Yeah.
I have told this story before on the air. So I was working on a catering event, and I set my plates up. I had them decorated and all that stuff ahead of time. And I was on salad station, so I set my
You do need
stuff
to lose a bit of weight.
Huh?
You said you were on salad. You need to lose a bit of weight.
You've reached your limit on talking. Shut the fuck up.
So, seriously, hey, hang on a second. So there were some specialized salads with dressing and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I was working with a French chef. Oh God, I fucking hated that guy so bad. I hated him, but he taught me the most. And he was the kind of chef. He made sure he was the first one through the door and the last one out the door. All right?
Mhm.
So he come in, does his walk through the kitchen, and we have on these carts we call them body bags. All right, they're not really body
Yeah.
bags; they're just plastic bags go over the carts, right?
Yeah.
So he went through my stuff. This son of a bitch took a ruler and measured every plate except one was off. It was so off you couldn't even tell. It was like 1,000th of an inch kind of thing.
What a prick.
So I pull my car out, uncover it, and I'm starting to work and finish the salad parts and everything. And he goes to me, Peter, come here. I go, yes, chef. What's wrong with this? I goes, I don't know, chef. He goes, Peter, what's wrong with this? I go, I don't know, chef. He goes to me, what the fuck is wrong with this? He's slamming his hand against the table. Like, chef, I don't know. He goes, it's off by 1,000 of fucking inch, you fucking idiot. Boom, right in my chest. And he says, change your shirt. I go, I don't have another one, chef. Go home for today. And that's it.
I hope you're not like that with your other people.
Me, I'm not like that.
Good.
Yeah. But before we move on, let's get to the next guy in. He loves his baby oil.
Oh,
He's
God.
from Planet Dynamic.
Definitely need
You know who
these
I'm
on.
talking about. And let's hit the right button this time. easy with the baby oil. I
Holy
told you
shit.
to relax with the goddamn baby oil.
I've got some really nice sandpaper in the kitchen. 80 grit. And I'll tell you what, mate, if any woman tried to come in anywhere near you, they'd be slipping and sliding everywhere.
And that was good. And then I have no volume from you.
Oh, quick joke. What do you call a blonde? How do you know a
Barely.
blonde's taking your car?
Hey, hang on a second.
How about now?
Perfect.
All right. I had to turn it up a little. That's all.
You're good, man.
All right, cool.
All right, Greg. You got what super joke are you gonna say this time? Go ahead.
How do you know a blonde is taking your car?
How?
Oh, I got to hear this one. Go. How do you know?
The gear stick is still wet.
Oh my God! Yo!
Everybody's a fucking comedian tonight on this fucking show somehow.
Well, we can always class Peter as a blonde.
No.
No. All right, Anton. The question tonight is: do you think we're too sensitive now as a society?
At times, I think we are. It's the irony is there was a lot of stuff we were able to get away with back in the day, 30, 40 years ago. Not just regular people talking. I'm talking about like in movies, in television, definitely movies and television and music. Like there were times when people were pushing the boundaries or just saying, you know what, whatever, we're gonna cross that line, we'll deal with it later. And people, like you had a segment of population in an uproar, and then you had people that were just like, it ain't that big of a deal. So I think now people are so focused on what it is that's done or said and not the context of it, especially when it comes to comedy. And when you think about a lot of the comedians from back in the day, Richard Pryor, Red Fox, of course, Lenny Bruce comes to mind, and then later on, Andrew Dice Clay, George Carlin, Sam Kinison, and even when he was doing stand-up early in his career, Eddie Murphy. There were things that they got away with in so many ways that, what's good, Snake Eater? What's going on, Mandrell? That you couldn't get away with now. Now, I was thinking about before I came on, like Eddie Murphy was known for 2 stand-ups he did. Now, the one that gets a lot of attention that people talk about is Raw. And that was at the Old Felt Forum in New York. But the one that people also talk about, and it's very hard to find a copy of it. And if you do, you better hold on to it like it's the Holy Grail, where he really just goes off the rails. And he definitely would have been canceled now if he would have tried to do it. And he did this one in DC, and that was Delirious. And if I remember, I think that was right around the time he just finished doing 48 Hours. And what he talked about in Delirious, oh my God, women, gays, just about anything and everything.
It's funny you said that, because back in the day, if you remember when we were kids, you know what I'm saying? We used to roast each other as saying, hey, why are you G, I don't want to say it out like that because I don't want to offend anybody.
Right.
The G word. Let's call that for now.
Right.
You're so G. You're so this, you know what I'm saying? Or what, I'm just going to say, do you suck dick or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Get the dick out of your mouth, dude. Yeah.
And the thing was, the thing was getting roasted, especially by guys. If you roasted each other like that, that was normal. That was like, okay, let's see how much can you take and everything else. Now you can't barely even do something like that. I know someone at my job who said something to someone, the person didn't like it, and then that guy unfortunately lost his job and everything. I found out when I came into work, like, yo, what happened? Like, yo, so-and-so got fired. What happened? whatever it is, just whatever you're doing, just keep it on the outside. I bet. Later on, I found out, he said a couple of things and someone didn't like it.
Can you say what he said?
Nah, that's how bad it was.
And we will get strike for that, weren't we?
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? He was being the Marine. I was just like, and some people find it hard to believe, like, you didn't have issues with him. Like, nah, you were cool.
You know, here's the fucked up part, right? I have gotten in trouble multiple times, and it always gets dropped for one reason. What do you think that reason is, Anton?
Oh, wow.
It's so stupid, you're never going to get it.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. You want to hear it?
Yes, I got to hear this.
The sound of my voice. According to people, my girlfriend loves my voice. She's obsessed with it.
Are you serious?
Yes, multiple times, multiple companies.
Oh my God.
My voice sounds very aggressive, I was told.
Yo, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh, yeah. It always gets dropped. Because I remember the first time I got called, the first time this happened was a couple of years back. I was still working at Lehigh Valley Hospital. I was the lead cook at the time before I became, I moved up, right? To the chef position. And my boss goes, you're not going to believe this. And I'm like, what happened? And he goes, we got to talk in the office. I'm like, and his my office meant the walk-in. We walked in to walk in. He goes, yeah, I can say her name. Gabby filed a complaint against you because your voice is too aggressive. I didn't yell at her. I went to him like, I know you didn't, Pete. I back you up. I told him that already.
It was your tone or your delivery? Which one was
the way I'm talking right now?
Oh my goodness, your tone. You can't.
Yeah. So I can't change the sound of my voice. So
you can just make it deeper.
Nah.
Shut the fuck up over there.
Oh, Craig, not like that.
That's worse, actually. So my director, she was actually a Greek at the time, and I had one. She quit, then another one came in, and another one. At the time, that one I was working with, her name is Marina. Marina goes to me, I need you to chill with your voice. I'm like, Marina, I can't do anything about my voice. This is my sound of my voice. I cannot change that. I know. So the other part is she goes to me, I need you to go to HR and have a conversation with them. I'm like, oh crap. I walked in HR. Everybody knew me because I was there.
Right.
I was there for a year and a half at a time. Like, I walked in like, Pete, have a seat. I'm like, all right. And what's going on? And go like, I have no idea. It's like, so this is a bullshit claim. We know this, but we still have to follow the steps.
Right.
It's protocol. It's protecting you and us. All right. Union rep came in. He goes, so you're toning over your voice. What can we do about it? I go, nothing. This is my voice. I can't change my voice.
Unless you...
And everybody's trying to have a straight face. They're trying to laugh so bad. They're trying to be professional. I'm like,
yeah, but at the same time, they're like, this is a waste of time.
Yeah, it was a waste of time. And because it was a waste of time for them because they were flowing between two different buildings, the HR department at the time.
Oh, wow.
So that was a whole fucking bullshit corporate thing. But they looked at me and goes, we will have a conversation with Gabby and let her know it's nothing we can do about your voice. Every time she was, I tell her to do something. So it's crying. I'm like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Well, it's easy. Use helium. At least you get a few laughs out of it.
Not helping here. So I think that like Paul comes in, he will back us up with this. He's a big fan of cancel culture, and I'm not against it. I'm not fair. I think I want to be in the middle ground with that personally.
Right.
Like the gray area kind of thing. No pun intended, like I said earlier.
Yeah.
So I think this being too sensitive, I think it falls in a gray area too. What do you think, Anton?
It does, because it's like you're asking me to change the tone of my voice. How? How am I supposed to change the tone of my voice? You're telling me I have to change who I am for your comfort level?
Yeah. And the funny part, she was my most laziest cook I ever worked with.
Oh wow.
Oh, it gets even better after I left, and I found out through the grapevine through people I worked there.
Right.
She a different company came in. We lost a contract. I work for Compass Group, like most of you guys know already.
Right.
Then this new company, the company sucks, is called Sodexo.
Oh, I've heard of them.
One of the worst fucking company.
Never heard
I
of
heard-
They're the problem with Sodexo is they're running the company out of France, right? But they have different policies and different rules and different procedures by law.
Mhm.
They can't run the same way here, and that's what they're trying to do. And it's a fuck up bullshit. Anyway, long story short, I found out through the grapevine the current chef there, he asked her to do something. She turned around like, no, I'm not fucking doing it. Oh, and like, bitch, if that was me, I would have ripped your ass so far apart.
Mhm.
You don't even need to sit down and fucking shit. You'll be shitting 10 feet in the air. I'm like, oh my guys, no, I'm not a screamer. My girlfriend, I'm not a yeller. I
Right.
would talk to you with authority.
Right.
When I ask you to do something, I expect it to get done. When you don't, I go up to the command. I go to the next person. Listen, you go talk to her because she's not doing shit.
Exactly.
So let's get the next guy in here really fast. Jay, my man, what is going on?
Okay.
How
I
y'all
got a
doing?
question. Do we have an HR department? Because I'm a bit worried about Anton. It's been giving me the sexual side eye.
Who?
Yeah. It's
Who's been
called
giving
Go
you the
to Paul.
sexual side eye? Who's been doing that?
All right, our HR department is Paul. If you got a problem with him when he comes up, you can have a conversation with him.
Oh, I better hold on. Can't show that. Hold on. There we go. All right.
All
There we
right,
go.
Jay. The question tonight is: have we become way too sensitive?
We have,
No,
and
darling.
for everybody in the background, I had to move the thing right now because I have a canvas back here, and let's just say Michelangelo. Let's just say that.
Gotcha. I already know what painting you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of them female ones he did back in the day.
Gotcha.
Eat your heart out. Hey man, one of my that's one of my role models actually. When I was a artist, I actually liked that guy's paintings and his
He's a
sculptures.
great artist. You gotta give him credit when he's due.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
Best.
I do
but
want to say something
yes.
appropriate for camera, but he is a great artist.
That's not inappropriate. We're just like you're showing respect and homage to the artists of old. For example, I'll still like to freaking give my flowers to the dudes who made the Mount Rushmore, which is the most ridiculous thing I think I've ever seen in my entire life. I think that's wild to be able to do that with dynamite. That's still nuts to me.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
like that ass, like that's incredibly hard to do. But no, but I think we. I grew up in the. To answer your question, yes, we have become too sensitive. Particularly, well, I haven't become too sensitive in this era. I take hard criticism, from my father, from a lot of people. It just makes me tougher. 'Cause like I said, because I had that type of upbringing, and it made me who I am today. And I don't whine or cry about it particularly. I don't like being yelled at. I'll tell you that. I just hate that shit. But
Don't we all?
and
we all?
Cut it in the
no,
middle.
no. If you're yelling, no. Here's the thing. If you have to yell at me to get a point across, then that makes you look like the child, in my opinion. That's how I've turned that around now. Because the thing is, I shouldn't have to. Because just like what Sparta has said a little bit. Because I didn't want to hear for the whole thing what you said, but I'll say this: I shouldn't have to yell to get a point across. Particularly, I shouldn't have to do that with kids. I shouldn't have to do that with anything. If I have to do that, that's it's like getting frustrated because a pack of wolves won't listen to you. Well, and everybody thinks, yeah, but listen, more yelling will calm all the yelling down. That's bullshit. That's
Be
bullshit.
careful of that.
I'm sorry,
Be
I don't
careful
care
of
what
that,
says.
and it's a bit slippery.
Yeah, exactly. it's with it's with a purpose and it's with authority. Do you do ever do it? But you don't scream at somebody. You scream, not scream. You
Yeah.
voice you voice out the words to their face to the point where it hurts their well not more so hurts their ego, but it gets their attention. Is what
Mhm.
you're supposed to do. And that's kind of things with drill sergeants and what they do. They drill in with JROTC or any type of militant program.
Well, you
They
can
drill
have
that
an
in.
open campaign about that.
They drill that in the into the newbies early, so that they're able to discipline themselves and be able to receive command on things. So the era we're in now, people can't take any criticism. People feel like every little attack is every little criticism is an attack on them, and then they get overly sensitive to the point where when woe is me. I'm a victim, blah blah blah, and I'm like, and here's my response to that. You're fucking 40 years old. You should have trust me. You're not sensitive to anything. If you have this thick of a skin, to be honest with you, not thick, not thick. If you have this sensitive of a skin, then you should stay home and never come out of your house. And stay if you want to stay in that box, stay in that box. Um, because I'll say this, you're not gonna be able to make friends. You're not gonna be able to have social interaction with people during work, and you sure as hell won't be able to close in a deal or make a business with the people because guess what? All us because people who pride themselves on these conversations will be able to get deals done to run businesses, etc. They have been told no multiple times. They have maybe had I've had a couple of jokes told at them, you know, at the expense of their friends to lighten the mood for you to be joined in certain things. For example, I think I got over that whole people calling me names like around probably like past middle schools, like high school, like when I found my boys. Like I said, we're to a point where we can tell jokes about one another. We can like yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's true. That ain't gonna hurt me. Like, yeah, we like I said, who hasn't had a joke told about them every now and then? You need and then nigga, you need to take some you need to be like it's the same thing with the what is that? The Emmy Awards or something like that, what they do? What
Yeah.
they when they use comedians to take people's egos down a notch,
Oh,
literally.
yeah.
And exactly. And
You
and
need
they
to get roasted a little.
exactly you have to get roasted a little. Unlike Will Smith, who's a child in my opinion.
That's a different conversation.
No. He was oversensitive and a bunch of different things that got on with him. But but any comedian would be able to take a joke about them particularly, and you know and not make it into like this to make it out of nothing to
Right.
make something out of nothing. And I tell people to do that. Nothing doesn't come from pure non-existence. There was already some insecurity with you prior to make you go off like that and make you be crying way to your mommy, in my opinion. Because nobody just goes off and just says, well, here are my feelings. I'm like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You just wanted attention. And now, but to me, I'm not saying it's not just a female thing. I've noticed dudes who some overly sensitive dudes at some point in time, but it's just people go to the feelings more than anything, and the problem is you need to put your feelings aside so that we can move forward and actually have better conversations and better understanding.
Exactly.
So for example, if any of you guys made a joke about me up here, that wouldn't make me angry. I'm like, hey man, that's fine. I mean, right now I look like a freaking zombie right now. I look tired, so I'm fine. Somebody can make a joke about me. I'm cool about that. That's because I know everybody up here, and it's not gonna hurt me. I'm like, okay. So, and the thing is, you kind of need a joke to be told about you every now and then.
Yeah.
Look at
You really
all
do.
you have to do is look at Peter, and he always looks like a zombie.
See, right there, for example, right there. And his response was just to flick you off, but he wasn't. But he's not crying. He's not crying to his parents. He's not crying and that like, yo, don't fucking talk about me. Like he's not doing that.
Exactly.
Now that's male response, which technically was what a female would normally do. But our society, I think now they just cater to your feeling, like try to cater to people's feelings, and we're like, we just need to, and we need to stop doing that. What you need to do is just, what you need to do is let people get hit, be criticized, be judged, all that jazz, and guess what? It'll toughen them up.
Yeah.
Because I hate to say it in these words, but this guy was right. He literally said, I don't know what it is with this generation, and I actually agree with them. But they're a bunch of, but it's full of bitches. And I don't disagree with them.
I'll give you a great example.
I didn't want to use that word, but it's
Jay,
it's
I gotta give you a great
true.
example. All right, I'll use my son for example, right? I joke around with him all the time, and his mom gets a kick out of it all the time. So I say to him, like, joking around, I'm like, yo, dude, when he's nosy as fuck. So he gets in my conversation. I'm like, look, dude, mind your business. Like, how many times? And he goes, like, I can't. I want to say his name on the air. I say blank his name. I go, dude, we don't like you in this house. So why get him nosy? And I'm like, my girl is laughing. Her like, she goes, it turns around like, he's joking. You have to understand when you get roasted.
Honestly, Peter, I went to an all boys high school, and
I'm sorry for you.
I think I had a lot of semen.
roast each other like
right there.
We would roast each other like it was unreal. And
I got a question.
Oh no, that's on boats. Sorry,
right. 2 questions actually.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
As old boys school, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys play like catch or do you plow a lot?
Oh,
did you do what the girls did back in their high school days? Like experiment.
Oh, he probably
Anton.
experimented with guys, definitely. Yeah, I know he experimented with that.
Yeah, but you know what? Fuck you.
yeah. See, no, this is a prime example of what I'm talking about. See how we can all crack jokes at each other and not get sensitive about it and just stuff like that. Like that's what I'm saying.
Well,
like
we would royally roast each other. We would roast each other, and like,
me and my cousins.
Like the school's closed, and a lot of us still stay in touch with each other, and people find it hard to believe that we got like some of the strongest bonds from those times roasting each other, because sometimes those are the ones going to keep you in check. Those are the ones that know you got an ego. They're going to knock you down a couple of pegs and let you know, like, man, this ain't you. And you need people like that, because those are the ones that are going to set you straight.
Well, you got to think about it. Nowadays generation, right? Us lot growing up, right? We had loads of shit thrown at us and not giving a shit and all that sort of thing. Not sensitive, all that sort of bollocks. Not none of this feminism bullshit. Nowadays, it's this woke feminist bullshit that's everywhere. It's made our children and our lifetime fucking like bullshit, bloody feminist bullshit. So,
exactly. I agree with you. No. You're right, man. I agree with you.
It's just made us all bloody weak. It's made all of our children weak.
I'll give you guys an example. So you remember the
female
AI videos? It used to come out. You can put 2 pictures together and people are kissing each other, right?
Right.
They were popular like a year ago or 2, right? You guys remember that? So I kind of did it as a prank to my friends, CQ and King. Yeah. CQ got a kick out of it. King goes, "You're an asshole, dude." Then our friend Jake reaches out to me and goes, "Dude, you should do one with me and CQ." Then I went to him. I misread it. He goes, "You should do one with CQ." So I did one with Jake. He goes, "You're in the dick, bro. I told you to do the other way around."
Maybe you should try one with me and Anton.
I should. I sent it to his wife.
Oh, nah. Honestly, if you want to know, like, one of the wildest environments where people roast each other, It's the military. As king,
Absolutely.
as drill, as
Mm-hmm.
I've been on enough bases, visiting friends, or when I worked for one. Actually, I worked for Toby Hanna Army Depot as a karate instructor. And most of those guys I talk to, they're dropping the kids off because I was a karate instructor. And then you go, and I start roasting them like, "Are you military?" Like, no, I have a lot of friends. I'm like, oh, I tell people in the military you learn 3 things besides job and everything. 1, how to be a good comedian.
Mm-hmm.
2, how to become a good alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
And 3, you know how to take a dick up in the ass.
The only person who's an expert on that, you can ask Anton on that one. He went to an voice school.
That's great.
From across the pond, my friend.
Well, I want to say Anton. Only reason is that's a Navy guys usually. That's what they call seamen.
Yeah,
They definitely had plenty of semen
exactly.
aboard.
That's why you stay away from the Navy. Plain and simple.
That's why I have
you would
someone
probably know
in the
about that, Anton.
Navy. But see, this is what I'm talking about. We can fuck with, and Jay said it too. We can fuck with each other. And like, I can make a joke on Anton, like, or Jay or whatever. The worst thing is go fuck myself. That's the worst case scenario.
Screw you.
Exactly.
Screw you. Fuck you. Like drown.
You know what
you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just guy camaraderie. Like I'm gonna keep it. It's made camaraderie.
Yeah.
That's what That's what most America forgot. Like, this is what dudes do at bars when they hang out together. When when we meet up after a long time, we joke, we roast each other, have a couple of beers at a barbecue, we chill. Like, this is what we do. And apparently we do this online too now, since we got better internet and better connections as years have gone by.
I always tell people there are 2 codes out there. There are 2 codes out for men. It's your dating code and your man code. Right. The dating code, everybody knows, like, you don't date your boy's girl, you don't cheat, you don't try to hook up, or all that stuff.
So it does fucking exist. That does fucking exist then.
No, it exists, but it's up to you to follow those rules or not.
The second code,
it's not that. So I went with I was going out with this girl, and one of my friends who became a fucking woman. I turned around and told him to fuck off, because he turned into a woman.
What?
He was actually dated my woman after me, my ex-partner.
Time out. Say again.
Yeah,
I need more info on that.
It was a tranny. I told him to fuck off because I don't like trannies.
Watch it. You can't say that on YouTube.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You got use the word transformer instead.
Transformer. Yeah. Okay. Now I know what you mean. Yeah. That.
Wow.
I understand what he means now. Okay. Because when you said he turned into a woman, I was like, yo, that's crazy. Okay.
So
that's not yeah.
So the second code is a man code. Like, it's not something like for example, you're just hanging out with a bunch of friends. Yo, dude, your girl is cool. She's hanging. We're just going out to a bunch of us, bite, or whatever the case is you guys doing. Part of the man code is breaking balls. You have to know how to break each other's balls. It's a part of the code.
Yep.
It's part of your man card.
Every guy needs to know the bro code. Every guy needs to follow the rules associated with the bro code.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
One of my friends doesn't believe in the bro code. He just believes he believes in I guess certain things, but he's trying to find loopholes on it. In his opinion, because what he believes is, if I had him on right now, I'd have him. He's saying that doesn't make sense to do certain dudes, because you do it because I say people this. And here's why: if you respect the relationship you have with your friend, you won't do it. But if you don't, respect it, then fuck you. You don't respect it. Now the 3 guys that I mentioned that are like my brothers, we would never betray each other. We would never do any of that shit because. One, we have too much love and respect for one another, and we just we're grown-ups. We don't like doing that. I can understand if I was maybe 15, 16 and stupid, not knowing what that is. Even doesn't matter what your dad or your uncle would have taught you at that point. They wouldn't have told you that. They would have just told you this, do good in school and just make sure you pass your shit. I don't care. I would have those are the things that my pops would have taught me at that time. Only when I was 18 did I ever get that talk about certain things that I figure out things on my own.
Right.
And then I'm like, oh yeah, you can't do that to somebody you respect.
Mm-hmm.
So I told my brother, I said, I wouldn't date any of the girls you've been with. One, to me, and I'm going to use this word, so I don't know if YouTube will flag me for it, but I'm not going to, but hopefully is. But that's I wouldn't smash a girl you with, bro, because to me that's incest. Because that's your girl.
I get it. I get
That's
it.
how I see that. That's
I
why I
agree
won't
with
do
that.
it.
Like, you don't ever hook up with your boy's ex.
No.
Yeah,
That-
and it actually
that's
grosses me out
sentence.
now that I've said that word, and it confirms it. Like when I have an ick to it, I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
We always used to joke
I
around,
did
"Oh, you want my
something bad.
sloppy seconds" kind of thing. Back in
Sloppy
the day.
seconds. That's what that
I
is.
probably did one of the worst things you guys could ever imagine.
Oh Christ, what is it now?
Now, if it was my homeboy's sister, that's a little different. That's because we're trying to get together. There's a difference. But not
That's
his girl.
different.
Yeah, that's
Like-
different. Yeah.
Like if Anton's wife broke up, they got divorced, and Greg went after her, he's gonna get his neck snapped for that. Like,
Oh wow, yeah.
yeah, you don't do
I
this.
would
Some things you don't do.
I would probably be running down a road, but he'd be like 100 miles behind me because he needs a Zimmer frame to walk down the road.
Yeah, shut up. I'm old, but I ain't that slow. Shut up, Craig.
But no, what I did was really bad.
Well, wait a minute,
I,
Anton, were you used to be in memory care?
What's up?
Didn't you be admitted in memory care? You couldn't remember who you were.
No.
There you go. He definitely can't remember.
Like,
I as I said, right, you're gonna get a kick out of this. I did something so fucking bad. You just never ever do. I slept with my cousin's girlfriend. And
Wow.
got the
Wow.
night
That's
she was
fucking
pregnant.
low, bro. Even for you.
that's
We
low.
do
I
not
couldn't do
know
that.
if his child is mine or not.
Yo, no.
Now that was Jerry Springer.
Bruh.
That's like trailer trash park shit, bro.
Mate,
Yeah.
Get it this
My
way. Get it
cousin's
this way.
girl-
I was so fucking low in my life at this point, right? I was drunk. I was an alcoholic. I was fucking lonely, depressed, and needed to be laid. Hey, I was having a shower.
That'll
And she
do it.
walked in and started sucking me off. Simple as that.
Oh, she was a
Oh,
stripper.
so she initiated. Okay, so then
She was a
yeah,
stripper.
yeah.
Hey, I didn't want to waste a good hard on.
No, I understand. No, I understand.
Something like that.
It's one. It's one thing. No. See, the one thing is I've always said whoever initiated is like partially responsible. But once she starts it, I'm like I can't be totally mad at the dude at that point. I'm like, nah, that's not.
It's kind of hard.
Hey,
to
I
say.
didn't really care as long as I got myself
Yeah.
what I wanted. I don't really care.
Right, and plus
But-
you're in a
But
depressed stage.
it
Like,
carried on.
so,
It
yeah.
carried on for several months.
No.
So you
No.
went back for seconds and thirds
Hence
and fourths
why.
and fifths.
Hence why we don't know if his kid is mine or his.
yeah, I'm gonna say this: the first time is not his fault. I think after other encounters, then you gotta know what you're doing at that point.
Hey, it was a pisshead. I didn't really care. As long as I got my
Yeah.
hand wet, I don't give a shit.
So
Still don't.
Greg, I want to ask you a
Oh,
question. Are you
At least
cool
he
with
owns
your
up
cousin
to
now?
it. I'll give him that. At least you're honest.
Pardon?
Are you cool with your cousin right now?
Yeah. He
And
knows
you guys
about it.
don't-
I've never
you guys
lied to
don't
him.
know. You guys don't know who the father is.
No. As far as I'm concerned, he's the father. He brought out that child from
Alright.
day of birth. Who gives a flying fuck?
You know what? I know this is somebody else's ringtone, but you deserve this. You get some witch doctor shit in you, bro. You get some witch doctor bullshit in you.
Charlie Brown. That's all I'm gonna say. That
What do you think I've
That-
got so many kids do?
that football, man. Susie
Peter, what
Susie
do you
really
think
moved
that's
that
what kids
football
do?
for him.
I literally was an alcoholic and I was just dipping it everywhere I could bloody get it. As long
Wow.
as it wasn't male, I don't give a fuck.
Wow.
You probably do that too, most likely.
Yes, but there's
I'm
another
not
thing
saying
about
shit.
that. Normally, when you're normally drunk, you don't know what you're doing particularly. But I'm talking about
Violation of the code.
yeah, like when you're depressed and things like that. Trust me, like when you're really low, it depends. Like your morals will go out the window for some people. Now, for me, I'm just like I can be depressed, but I'm like nah.
Hey, if you-
I
if
don't
you're
need like
alcoholic-
extra drama in my.
Dude,
I
if
don't
you're
need
an
extra drama.
alcoholic, you don't give a shit
Yeah.
about anything.
Yeah,
So
and I
you
haven't
don't
been
care
drunk
if it's
before,
your-
like thoroughly
you don't
drunk.
even
so
care
I-
if it's your own
Yeah.
your brother's girlfriend or not. Yeah. So
that
who gives
now
a
that I
fuck?
couldn't do.
Nah.
Now I feel you, but I couldn't do that. But I couldn't do that to my brother. No,
Nah.
I
Me
probably
I couldn't
could.
do it to him.
I probably could if I was still drinking, but
I won't lie. If I
don't.
like,
All right,
The
dude.
only
Now
way-
you're going too
I
far.
never justify that.
What? I don't care. I don't talk to my brothers, and I think they're worse than crap.
But no, you see, you might, but that's where you're wrong. Like with this whole sensitivity thing, you still need to have some morals there, and some respect. And I literally just had the same conversation with my lady today about morals. And I'm sorry, Greg, but it doesn't sound like you have any morals right there.
Well, I was brought up with none.
See, you should do better. Don't repeat the history. Don't repeat the cycle.
Yeah.
You are, hang on, you are the only person who can break that cycle in your life. Why keep doing the same mistakes over and over? It's not going to fix anything. You have a
Well-
son you're close to now, right?
Yeah.
Do you want your son to do the same thing to you?
No. But my son's got more sense than I have.
I doubt it. He comes from your sperm.
Oh wow, yeah.
Actually, he gets more of his intelligence from his mother than me.
But my point is trying to get to, I know I'm joking around, but he's going to learn from examples from you. You have to break those molds and teach him morals.
You gotta be that standard bearer, Craig.
Thank you, Anton.
Pardon?
You gotta be that standard bearer. You have this.
He means role model.
He
I think that's
doesn't.
the
My
word.
son doesn't know about my
What's that?
past. Yeah, his mum does, but he don't. Right? Nikki does. That's it. That's all that matters.
But
Yeah.
you know this is on public now. And if he comes
Yeah, but
across
my
this,
son don't really watch these sort of things that much.
but let's say he does watch it one day.
or worse, somebody you know finds out this and then shows it to him. Now what? Hey,
I'll be pretty much
you
fucked.
have people that are spiteful like that. They'll do just to mess with you.
Probably.
They don't care. They're like, you know what? Come here, lad. I want you to see what your dad had to say. And when he sees it and hears it from your mouth, you can't unring that bell. That's all.
Or here's even a better one. What happened if that kid that thinks he's your brother's finds out this and he goes,
Actually, it's not my brothers. It's my cousins.
or cousin, or whatever?
Still,
That's another fucked up situation.
Yeah, and it's just like, yeah, like I said, it's better to like. I tell people so they're going to handle it how they're going to handle it, but at the same time, what you can't control is like certain reactions to things.
yeah.
But if you're content with that, then yeah, like I said, then I've always said chickens come home to roost normally, which is one of my favorite sayings.
Hey,
But
if my cousin
Yeah.
was fine with what I did and he's still talking to me, we stopped speaking for about 3 years because of it. But if he's fine with it now, he's gotten over it. That's all that matters. It's in the past. Yeah, I'm happily married. Been with my wife for over 14 years. We've been married for nearly 14. So that's past. The past is past tense. So who cares about the past? It's what matters now.
Yeah, but some people use that past to burn you just for the sake of it.
Hey, feel like it. I can take a joke. I've had a lot of people burn me quite recently. So yeah.
But Greg, we're not here to burn you.
Oh, no, I know you guys ain't,
Hang
but I know
on,
there's a lot of
hang
people
on,
who've
hang on,
done
hang on, hang on,
quite
hang on,
recently
hang
on
on.
other panels.
Hang on.
So,
Let me finish. We're not here to burn you. We're always here to uplift you and make you better. This is why we're telling you this stuff.
kinky. Yep.
Seriously, I'm being very serious right now.
Sorry, I was trying to joke.
I know that, but be serious right now. It's time to joke and time to be serious. As the CEO of this channel, I'm telling you, we are trying to make you better while we're telling you it now. I'm going to slap you so fucking hard and make you sperm again. That's what I'm going to do in a minute.
Damn. Damn.
Don't worry about that side eye.
Don't worry about my side. Worry about my backhand. That's what you're going to fucking worry about.
I'm reporting him to HR.
Go ahead. Call Paul. Want me to give you his fucking number?
I've actually already got it.
Yeah, I do have the fucking number.
No,
On his way
I
up?
actually have it.
Is he on his
But no-
way up tonight?
I think he had something going on with his daughter. I think he said last night.
Oh boy. Uh-oh. Hope everything's
But-
okay.
No,
I've
an event or something. I
already
think he
said
had
to
it going
Paul,
on.
I'll only contact him in an emergency if anything happens with the show or something. One of you guys on the show. That's the only time I'll ever contact him.
But seriously, Greg, pay attention to what I'm saying to you and stop fucking around. We are trying to tell you, we're trying to uplift you and trying to put,
Yeah.
morals is a big thing in a man's life, I think. Anton, jump in when you're ready. Jay, too. If I'm wrong, please
Mhm.
cut me off.
No, because no, you're
No,
cooking.
no, go, you're cooking. Go for it, bro.
Yeah.
Sure.
So if you don't have these morals, being too sensitive goes out the window, in my opinion.
Mm.
If you're roasting somebody and you go too far, let's say you bring his mother who just passed away in a picture, or you bring his kid, he's suffering with a disability or something happened,
Oh, yeah.
whatever. That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, that's a
So-
rule that all men should live by. But quite recently, I've fallen out with someone who actually brung up my kids and a situation which Pete already knows about and Anton already knows about. Which he kept on going over it. When I tried to change the subject, he wouldn't shut the fuck up. So screw that. That guy. Had
That's
no
my
morals.
point. That is what I'm
Right.
trying to tell you. What you did with your cousin, that was fucked up, dude. Let's be honest here.
I was a
I
I don't care
pussy,
you're
man.
drunk or not.
Cross.
Dude, I was drunk. I didn't give a flying fuck.
It
I was
shouldn't
lonely and
matter.
I was depressed.
But
I
you
was not in the
also
right
went
frame
back
of
for
mind.
seconds and thirds and fourths and fifths.
Dude,
If you did it just that one time,
I was an alcoholic till my late 20s before I met
But you
the wife.
cannot use that as an excuse.
right? But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Craig. If you just did it that one time and that's it, that's one thing.
I did a
who
lot of
grows
stupid
about
shit
it,
when I was
but
drunk.
it's that one time. You'll
Yeah.
get a
Dude,
pass.
I did a lot of
Keep
stupid
going
shit.
back.
I literally did a lot of stupid shit when I was drunk. I drove illegally without a license for many years,
Okay.
drunk. Yeah, I did so much shit when I was drunk because I didn't care. I really didn't care when I was drunk. So now I'm sober. I just literally constantly stay sober. Do you know what I mean?
And that's the best thing you could do. I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong there. You're doing the right thing. But I'm saying you
Yeah.
need to put some morals in your life now.
Yeah.
And I'll
You
I'm not
gotta-
gonna, and I'll tell people this. And I'll tell people this. I'm not gonna get about the fire thing, but I'm gonna say this. I've done a lot of things that I wish I could like literally take back, even though and I tell people this. I ended up hurting a very good person close to me, particularly, and she's no longer with us. But it happened when I was a kid. And let's just say, ever since then, anything I do good, I just hope that she knows that I am very sorry for hurting her. I mean somebody in my family particularly.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
So that and I ain't gonna lie, that little incident is actually what just helped me to understand that like if I ever have a kid, I'll make damn sure he fucking respects fucking people and shit like that because I don't ever want him to do what the fuck I did. And like I said, whether I had a military father or not, like that's inexcusable to do something like that, in my opinion. And because too many times we use the term like yo, we were kids, so it's kind of like okay to get you get like a pass or some shit. Like no, bro, there's just some things that you just don't do.
Exactly.
For me, and one of the things that and I did something like that I can never take back. And I ain't gonna lie, that shit still haunts me to this day, Lord. And in a sense of like, I own it and I carry it like everything else, but that is something that anytime I get a memory of like, yo, Jay, what the hell? Like people know better to bring it up around me, but I always bring it up. Now nobody in my family brings it up except me. Whenever I like think about like bad, terrible things that I've done, it's like number one on my fucking head.
Damn.
And the reason why that is because how the hell would you feel if someone did that to your grandmother? She's chasing you because you think you're being a kid, and she ends up falling to the point where she's in pain.
Mm.
And then your aunt has to come in, beat your ass because you're being bad.
Yeah.
That's something I don't mind telling the whole world about because like I'm 35 years old now, so
Right.
of course it's a little bit different now.
Right.
As opposed to me now, like everybody knows if you're a black family, you get your ass whooped regardless or anything straight. Especially if you have an army dad. And I have an army dad.
Never
Okay,
had
So
that.
So
yeah.
I had a lot worse. I had a lot worse growing up.
Oh no. I'm talking about I've gotten beaten out of my sleep. I've gotten like Like, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
I've had the similar sort of thing. Yeah, my mum's ex-partner used to beat the living shit out of me since I was the age of 6 years old to the age of 21.
Yeah,
And my
just
mum.
long as he's not abusing you. There's a difference.
Oh,
Long as he's not,
he
long as he was,
abused me, not sexually, but he abused me. My mum just sat there, pissed out of her head, watching him do it, and laughed about it.
That's heavy.
So
So
yeah.
I'll give you guys an example. It
Right.
wasn't me, thank God. A buddy of mine was going through a deep downward spiral in his life. So his biggest
in that
kick
leg,
out
yeah.
of life is trying to hook up with married women.
He's
And
Done
here's where the catch-22 comes in now. All right. If you have a good woman, I don't care how hard a guy tries, you're not going to win. Am I right, Anton, or wrong?
Yes.
right.
But these women who do give up, and when he finally got himself in a serious relationship, he almost became very controlling because he knew what can happen if his woman goes to the bar, have a few drinks with her
Mhm.
friends, and all this stuff. And I told him, dude, you're going down a very, very dark path by acting like that. And he goes, I cannot. I know what I did. What can that stop to any other another man doing that to my woman? He goes, simple. If you know you have a good woman, you don't have to worry about that shit.
Right.
I'm one of the few lucky men, and you too, Anton, I think, and Paul can sit there and say we're lucky because we have good women in our lives. And
Yeah.
and Dum Dum over there,
That makes that makes 4 of us then.
yeah.
Because
So
my wife don't even look at other men, and even when men have told her tried it on with her, she actually kicked the shit out of them.
Nice.
We've been
Nice.
into pubs and stuff like that. And she's standing up at the bar. I was literally having a glass of lemonade. I'm sitting down talking to my friend, and she's gone up to the bar to get another round of drinks. And this guy's trying it on with her and squeezing her ass and shit. She's turned around and punched this guy clean straight out.
Nice.
And I ain't joking. She's not fucking big. She's tiny. Yeah, she doesn't have much muscle mass on her at all. She's more flabby. But she just fucking knocked this guy clean out.
She just caught him in the right spot. That's what she did.
Well, yeah, but
Caught him in the
If
right
it-
spot, and he wasn't
as I said, if
expecting.
it wasn't for me boosting her confidence and all that sort of bollocks, yeah, because her previous relationship, she was beating the shit out of all the time,
Ooh.
yeah. But now she's her own woman because I literally pushed her to do shit and actually lose her temper properly because she used to be so mellow. Yeah, I actually now she beats
There's
the
only
shit out
so
of me.
much there's only so much a person can put up with.
Yeah,
and
but
allow.
I pushed her to beat the shit out of me many times to keep it so that she doesn't lose that anger. So if anyone does try it on with her, she can beat the shit out of them.
I don't know if you be proud of yourself or not with that one.
Wow.
Hey?
No. I mean,
I wanted her to
Why-
be her
why would-
own woman. I wanted her to stand up for
right,
herself.
right.
Right. Okay.
No, I get that. But why have her
Yeah.
direct her? Why direct her to hit you? Is what I'm saying. Because that's
It sounds more like he wants to make sure that she still got it. And I think that's proof that she still got it. She don't have to do anything to you, Craig,
Mhm.
to prove that she still got it. Plain and simple. It's just gonna come out and happen on its own.
I know,
It's
I know,
own.
but there's been fights in this building. She was a fucking coward. She was an absolute coward. She would sit there frozen. I was like, I can't put up with this. She needs to be able to stand up and fucking do what's right. And now she does. She ain't a coward no more. She literally gets straight in there if there's a fucking problem. I ain't kidding. Do you know what I mean? It took me a
Mhm.
long time to get
I
her
know
to
you're
the
talking
point she is now.
No. Sometimes sometimes it has to take that. And the fact that she could stand on her own and someone disrespects her and she lets them know, like, I ain't putting up with that.
Again,
Well,
again, this is go with sensitivity again. And like, when is it too far and when is not too far? Think about it.
Exactly.
the. I know it is when you go beyond the person. That's what I was saying. When it's not like about that person anymore, it's about like their family or something. Then you've gone too far. Then it's like that's what we know. Like
I go too
you're
far
not-
with Nikki sometimes because I take the
Yeah.
piss out of her family and especially her mum and dad and also her sister. Her sister was born with no asshole, and I take the piss out of her and I call her a mutant. constantly because her sister hates me and I hate her. And I also take the piss out of her mum and dad. I said, I'm going to have to return this package, meaning the wife, back to the sender, right? But there's the problem because her mum's dead.
I
So,
remember a situation. It was on my sister's birthday, and we're at a spot in the city. And this real pop-up spot, we were going in and everything else. And one of the ladies that was working the door knows my sister, but she's helped out there. And one of the other ladies there kind of gave me a hard time. I don't know why. I don't know if I looked like somebody she might have dated or something, but she was giving me a real hard time. And I'm like, no, I'm with her. So on and so forth. The other person's like, no, you're good. You can go in. Sometime later, that same woman that was giving me the hard time at the door came to me and apologized. Bought me a drink, apologized and everything else. And I was like, what was all that about? And then she told me, I was like, listen, I get whatever it is that's frustrating. It sucks. But I'm not that person. I'm not the one who did this. I'm not the one who put you into this situation that how you're feeling. So I'm glad that she came and apologized and everything else. And we sat and we talked. And hopefully she got to that point to realizing, you know what, maybe it's time for me to go talk to somebody. Because some people will whatever their frustration and their anger is, any little thing, anything they see, anything they hear, even anything that they may smell might remind them of something that really was traumatic, and they just sometimes just get off unhinged and not even realize it.
Well, my mum growing up, right, when I was younger, she used to make me go and see a psychiatrist when I was younger. When I was like 6, 7, 8 years old, right? I used to go and see a psychiatrist because I used to act out and that sort of shit. And she used to go, oh, when you go and speak, every time I went there, she's like, don't ever speak about the violence. Don't ever speak about the fact, hey, coach, the violence that Jeff gave me. But the only reason I'm acting that and acting the way I am is the fact that the reason why we're coming here and I'm not allowed to talk about it. Are you stupid, Mum? I actually hate my mother. I despise her. As I said, when my auntie passed away nearly 5 years ago now.
I remember you telling me this story, Craig.
Yeah? When my auntie passed away 5 years ago, almost 5 years ago now, my mum came across cancer. And the last thing I said to my mum was, death took the wrong person.
Wow. Yeah, I remember this story.
Yeah.
I remember the story.
My mum was a bitch. And I really wanted my mum to die. I'd rather it have been my mum, not my auntie. Because my auntie was there growing with me growing up. So my mum never gave a shit about any of us kids. So screw that bitch. I've turned around and said to my dad quite recently, I said, I wish that it'd come back. I wish cancer had come back and take her.
That's kind of fucked up, dude.
Damn.
It is kind of fucked up, but it's true. Because I really don't care about my mum.
Coach, you got the floor.
Big up, brother.
Coach, what's going on, my man? How you been?
Coach Ferg, what's up?
You're muted.
Okay, you're muted, but
He's muted. Sorry about that, man.
I'm sorry, man. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
yes.
it's completely mature.
Yeah, we can hear you, man. Nice shades.
Man? What's up, Jay? What's it, Jay? Good. What's up? Hold up, man. My eyes, they tripping sometimes. I want to make sure.
Yeah, well, that would
I ain't seen you in a while, man.
That would probably
Craig,
be
man,
the fact that.
I wish I could just put you over my knee, man, and just spank you right now, man. What we
Mate, I
talking
might
about?
enjoy it. Don't worry about it.
No, you wouldn't enjoy it. When I get through, you ain't gonna enjoy it.
Dude, I do love a good spanking.
No, well, man, listen. Let me recant that. But
hey, he opened that door. I couldn't resist.
I get you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how to. If you was in front of me, I had to put you in the headlock and squeeze till you passed out almost. But no, just listening, man. And you know, I saw the topic, and it's an interesting topic. But walking in on what you were saying, man, it's diabolical. But
Well, it may be
No.
diabolical, but I've only told you parts of what my mum has done.
I get it. No,
I could tell you the worst thing she's ever fucking done. I could probably tell you if you want. It'd be disgusting, but you'll find out if you want me to tell you.
Oh,
That's for after the show.
yeah. You might have to say that after the show. Just and the reason why is because you have me more details for that. Because I got an idea.
Because you might not like
ain't
my
nothing
answer.
to do with me. It's to do with our grandchildren.
No, I get it, but you might not like my answer once I hear what you got to say. So
Coach,
do that another time.
All right. If you want
Coach,
to tell it,
I want to ask you a question.
Do that another time.
Because I know you've been around kids for a while. You coached and all that stuff. Do you think we become way too sensitive?
Yeah, the teaching of the younger generation it's sort of sensitive, but it's almost ass backwards.
Okay.
It's a sensitive way because over the last 40 years, most men have sort of had a division with their fathers. Most regular citizens in America, the working class, the class that generations are supposed to be able to teach how to build an independent survival mechanism, that has sort of been diminished in America, specifically early in Black America. Now you're seeing it in also white middle class America. Those father-led relationships are broken at its highest. And it seems like the society is saying be sensitive about your feelings because most people have issues with family members, are close friends. You don't meet too many new people that just gonna, just drag you through the mud, because most people are not as trusting anymore. They're not as building like.
And ain't that the truth?
I mean, I hear what you said.
I said, ain't that the truth?
Yeah, but still, a lot of people waddle in that past experience too long. It's a part of the building block. I've always sort of looked at, when I look back on my life, I used to always try to do look back over the year like I was on some bullshit right here, right here, so I can see how that could have affected me, certain things, right? And then
same here.
when I started working with younger people, right, who sort of chaotic in their thoughts, believing somebody ain't love them and nobody talked to them, nobody protected them. You know what I'm saying? Friends call them ugly. They get caught up in the self-esteem. I was always able to work through it because I used to okay, so when did all this happen? I used to just ask simple questions. Oh, that happened last week. Okay, so that's in your past, right? So look at that. You already survived it. Now look at it. We're going to talk about all the incidents. When they come down, tell me about an incident. Typically it's dealing with another person. Who by default should love you. Your father and your mother should both have an opportunity to love you and pour into you. But in America, they sort of pushed it away because there's an ample amount of men today who are gonna be born of Jay and maybe Sparta. Y'all might have a son or something. Even when y'all get 40s and 50s and shit, you meet a nice little woman. Then is he gonna be feminine? Is he gonna be sensitive? Is he gonna be crying about my daddy having a relationship? See, that's just me because I've seen it working in the schools. It's a lot of that. Even white kids today, you can see the disruption in the family life because you got boys fighting their parents. The only difference in society is that if it happens in the Black community, they highlight it. It happens in the white community, they sort of push it under the rug, call it a problem. And I think for a man and young boy, they need to be given the resources of sort of old school. Separate the boys from the girls during school, especially the 7th grade through 12th grade. It's all boys, all girls. We having social emotional groups during the day. Sparta, Tuesdays and Thursdays, you doing math, English, science. You need to know how to write. a paragraph, spell, all of that. You need to know how to do basic multiplication and subtraction. That's Tuesday and Thursday. Monday, Wednesday, you're going to do some type of interest. You like auto mechanics? Do you like putting it together, taking it apart, designing it? That's where you're going, bro. So you're gone. Friday, it's an open market. You can choose where you want to go. So you're not just funneled in one direction. You may take interest in several others also, but it's presented, especially for boys, because they need to be able to fix it, take it apart, figure out the problem, think analytically. And also on Friday, okay. Wednesday, we doing social emotional day. Ain't no classes. Y'all going with your same class, or we'll go by numbers depending on how many students. Everybody with the number 2, y'all all in a group. Now y'all may not be in the same class, but on Wednesday, ain't number group day. Everybody's in a group. We got 35 groups of boys of 15 apiece. I don't know how many, 15 times 35, y'all can do the math. You slow math wizards. I ain't doing it for you. But I would put a day for boys to come to that space where we in that circle and we talking about accountability, integrity, decision making, feelings, emotions. Because you can feel sad. Why? And we answering the why. We want the general question for everybody is being sad. What does it look like to you? How do you act it out? Okay, everybody get a scenario how they act it out. Now, I said some dumb shit. Jay said some nice stuff. Sparta, who do you agree with? Me or Jay? You're going to agree with the person who you believe is giving the best advice. So Jay, you like, yeah. Anton might agree with me. Craig, he might be in the middle. So now we got to work out these two scenarios. Why do you agree with Jay? You explain. Anton, why do you agree with me? So now he may have some issues on top of it that we can work with, like, okay, find out why is his mindset geared towards me. It ain't got nothing to do with me, him being friends, whatever. It's about what's going on in our life. Family, cousin. It's a lot of times, especially in the inner cities, where family members, early 20s, would try to be grooming the teenagers to come into game. You're a good kid. You can draw. You got natural talent, but here's some other pressures that are saying, hey, come on over here, be bad.
Yeah.
Even with the women, because a lot of nice, modest, smart young women are geared toward to the ratchetness. And most of the time that happens because the father-daughter relationship is severed. You don't see too many women who were raised in the house with a father being the ratchet display. But a woman who's been typically raised without that sort of level of confidence in a father, then we get it. Because some of us, it's quite a few people on YouTube you can tell who's been raised by a mother. It comes out in the way that they respond to things that they don't agree with. They go over the top and shit. Instead of just stating their disagreement, having a conversation and moving on, just from a man's point of view. And I'm not always right, but I've dealt with enough people in those worst of conditions of life and their real character come out. And I've seen it 1,000 times. I don't have to I don't do a lot of guessing, wondering, and in my feelings. Oh, I feel like fuck feelings. I can't bring my feelings to y'all. I can bring respect. I can bring duty and honor, but my feelings be where I was saying back earlier, and this is why it connects. My man Craig talk about his mother. That's a feeling for his family. He can't bring that to the world because sometimes when you bring your feelings for your family into the world, it interferes with how you interact in the world and able to sort of get to higher levels in life as you get older. You know, that you can see it now and I mess with generations, Peter, you know that. We had conversations. But around that 45 and under American, you can see the sort of giving up spirit I don't believe in giving up at all. I just don't. It just ain't in my blood.
It's not enough vocabulary, Coach.
Yeah, so you ain't gonna always get to a 10 every day, but you might get to 0.5, 0.3. It's just like the stock market. You know what I'm saying? That points get you to the next step. And anytime you get 0.5, you in the middle. That means you're gaining. So I just use any little thing sometime in my own life to just motivate me. You know, I was a single guy. I didn't have problems with the women's and had to complain about it. Women, I didn't have women talking about, but out of respect for what I knew, then I'm gonna make sure that I respect the woman. Believe it or not, Peter, and I shut up. Not all women thought I was handsome. Some women call me ugly. It's part of it.
But you are handsome. You're much more.
But hold up, man. Listen, darling. I don't care how I look to you, ugly people. I'm only talking about the women. If the women said I was handsome, I was handsome. If they called me ugly, that particular woman, I was ugly to her. Today, see, Tuesday I might be ugly. Next month, next Wednesday, when she see me, I act like I don't even see her. See, once I throw my beard and you don't even give me a nothing, or if I take you out and like, oh, it ain't working, next time you see me, I act like I don't see you. I acknowledge you if you see me. If I see you looking, I'll give you a little, hey, what's up? But I'm not all trying to get over to you. I moved on, and a lot of people get caught up in that.
Your attitude and your approach towards me already makes me know where you stand.
Yeah.
All day.
That's it.
Yeah.
After that, Charlie Mike.
But I think a lot of that confidence comes from when you are growing up with a father who you see is working hard, taking care of his family, you know what I'm saying? Because people assume that marriage is this bad. No, the way it ran with my 5 sisters, myself and my brother, when my father was home, you could hear a pin drop in that motherfucker. It wasn't no loud. When my mother, it's just a different tone. People acting like they can't do it all, Anton. You can't have a kid, go to work, keep your house clean and shit. People acting like, oh, I can't, man, that's part of life. That's the shit you want to be able to show off. Like, come on, Nick, come over here, and your house is fresh. Like, yeah, I do it. Especially if you've been to the service, man. I better not ever see a nigga been to the service and your house is dirty. To me, you a man, as you say, but I ain't trying to be up under that environment too long. I need this shit got some pine salt smell, because the women like clean too. Clean women like clean stuff.
They like organization.
Yeah, they like it.
They like structure. They like order. They like foundation.
That's everything my father has said too, to be honest. He said the same thing.
But see, you ain't follow that though. You ain't follow that. You got to follow that, man. He tell you right. He ain't said in a loving way, but when they give it to you, man, you got to like, yeah, now you can see it. See, look, your father's older than us. And you heard it years before we said it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Anton was the oldest person on the panel.
I ain't the oldest on the panel. That's the coach.
No, see, again, man, I just look good. But,
hey, I told you look good, didn't I, darling?
But you can't say that shit. At all. You can't say it at all.
Hey, I'm a bloke. I can say what the fuck I like.
Now you want to get all personal. See what I'm saying, man? I want to see what your mom might look good. See, your mom look good, then I might have been over her being your stepdaddy. Like,
mate, you're more than welcome to come and have my mother. Everyone else has.
No, man, come on, man. Stop it, man. Yeah,
all right, let's get Wally in here. Wally, what's going on?
Wally.
What's up, Wally, man?
Wally West.
What's going on?
All right, the question for tonight is, do you think we have become too sensitive?
He gonna say yeah.
Too sensitive amongst what?
In our
society.
Say it again?
In our society.
In what way? Because there's more ways than one to say that you're sensitive. So
he said in society, have we become too too sensitive in society today, right? And Wally,
Mhm.
as many ways as you may see it, could you give an example of all of those ways? Because you say what way, so however
Well,
direction
yeah,
you want to
because
go.
my thing is this: if I sit here and say, well, okay, people want to say we're too sensitive. So if I were to say one thing, but you saying that, but you say another thing, well, are we claiming that to be sensitive, or are we claiming that that is just a bad? Well, I
It
want
can
to
be
say
it can
bad.
be
I would
perspective.
say, huh?
It can be perspective, but as you see it in your own mind, what do you deem as could be sensitive from an older way, say 30 years ago to today, and how people move? What do you see in your own eyes? It's no, it's no argument. We just getting to understand.
Well, no, I'm not saying no. Yeah, I'm not saying there's an argument, but I'm just saying like in most cases in general, because in just the flat without me really putting anything on it, yeah, most people would say yeah, the world is too sensitive.
What do you say?
Like I said, yeah.
Okay,
Well,
now can you identify some ways that you deem like it's gotten sensitive in America? Where you from?
I mean, but I mean, just the way people talk. Like it's like, for instance, like I won't say just the way people talk, but more case than not is like people can say something about you one way or another, and you know it ain't true, but you're still offended by it. So it's like, and it's more like I guess it's not the fact that you're offended by it more so, but it's like you're offended by it because of how it's being shaped. Because like all it takes is one person to say something, but then you got this group of gangs, and then they're riding behind it and they're laughing and everything else, and it's like boom, however, and it just adds on to that effect.
Mm. I don't know. Do you know people like that, like in your own life, or just friends or family? You don't got to say who it is, but
No, yeah, of course. I mean that's an anybody though. I mean you've seen that like more likely you've seen that a couple times.
I
There's
mean,
someone that pick like for instance some like just on some basic stuff like someone picks on somebody and everyone's making a joke on this person and then it got sensitive even though it may not be that true about that
oh,
person.
well, yeah, but there's what I agree with you saying. I ain't gonna lie. I agree 100%. Right. I'm just trying to see. Okay, yeah, because it used to be a time where people picking on you was looked at as a form of joking, and there was a back and forth banter in that joking, and we laugh, and it might have got to the point where mothers, if somebody mothers was left out of it, and it got to the point where me and Anton was going back and forth, and then it got a little personal. We might have to wrestle it out, or have that fight, and then we still back to being friends, and it was sort of
I'd pay to
never
see
took
that.
him too far. But then it became a time where if someone even approached the boy, and the boy thing sort of softened up, because people started looking at people as trying to bully them, when typically we've always had that banter of like talking about each other's shoes in a way. Black people have always been able to identify the weaknesses in a person and make a note of it and say it out loud to people. It wasn't never looked at as a bad thing until some point when, to me, it's like when society started to try to eyeball everything that the black man did as a bad thing. Like, we the worst father, we don't want to work, and we've been trying to debunk those narratives. And now we've seen a generation of young men. Wally, and I'll shut up, I promise, man. I don't know why I'm talking, because this topic is, seeing the transition of men being in their emotions because someone said something about them who really has no impact on their life.
I
Y'all,
mean you can say that, but honestly that's a whole different thing though because to what I'm hearing you saying right back then you was able to just have the banters and even if you was talking mess it wasn't on some oh I really meant that it's just we're just having the banter but let's be
mhm,
honest everyone ain't for your banter like right now we can all sit here and think that we're all for the banters right because we all have some DC respect for everybody here one way or another however it is right But again, you do not know how far of a banter you can go before you be like, oh, this is now it clicked off on his banter. Like this is way too far. Like for instance, but like this, right? You can go to 7, right, and y'all still be cool. But the moment you touch 8, that's where he cuts you off, and then you went too far. That's like everyone has a certain limit of how far of a banter they're willing to deal with you. But everyone ain't, messing with you like that. There's certain people, there's certain people I talk to. Yeah, we may have a banter maybe somewhere around the line, but eventually, I'm not messing with you like that because we ain't really that cool like that. We may be people around each other. I may give you some decency and respect, but at the end of the day, you reach a certain point, and I'm not really messing with you like that. I'm cutting you off.
Are you talking about like people that you know in your personal life, or
I'm
internet
just
people,
saying in
social
general,
media
like
people?
even if it's people like in general, like in this case, I'm morally talking about just people in general, like across the board.
Well, I think it really should, to me, and everybody got their own opinion. Those things are not important for general people. It should never be a time, Wally, where me and you are going arguing over something that makes no relevance in our lives, right? We just giving our opinion, right? But to me, the important thing is the people that are close to you, how they respond to you, are they representing your name through that as a positive, or are they just out here talking bad about you when you know that you actually a stand-up guy? You know what you're doing is about helping others and doing the right thing. See what I'm saying? Why should you give a damn about what I say to you in a negative way? You can respond and we can get off this internet, and tomorrow to me, I wouldn't feel a certain type of way like, oh, I don't like him, he don't like me. I wouldn't know that because I'm just coming back as a as as a two men, like, all right, we had our disagreement, you know what I'm saying? So now we can talk about sports together and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? The next topic is what I say. Because we can learn from each other at that point.
I think what it is, people don't realize. I didn't mean to cut you off, Wally. I think the problem with some people, like we have a way, like us guys, we have a way of resolving stuff, and I think that's the thing people don't understand. Like when you have individuals that have known each other for a long time, or who come from that similar dynamic, like Coach and I were both in the military, and Coach, the nonsense that we say about one another and everything else. We can have a disagreement, and then we'll find a way to resolve it, and then we just keep it moving. And that's something like a lot of people never understand. And then they make it seem like as if like, oh, that's how you're supposed to handle it. Really?
See, I'm gonna piggyback a little fast, Anton, with that. Back in the day, if you remember, like again, maybe it was where I grew up or something. You had a beef with somebody, you duke it out, and then next minute you're friends.
Yeah.
You had a beer,
Settled
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a general topic normally because like I actually hated that back in the day because that was something that it's just so crazy. Like it's such a weird phenomenon to me. I was we as boys whenever we had problems with each other, we would duke it out and like and if, and if you fought to a draw or something like that, this dude got mad respect for you.
Yeah, because you
You
stood up.
didn't you stood your ground against me, and also you didn't go to the ground like a punk or a pussy. So it was like, yo, so now I can now I can fuck with you.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
that phenomenon always was fascinating to me. I'm like,
But
why does he? Yeah, it just threw me off. Like normally I figured if we whenever we duked it out, like we never screw each other, like mess with each other ever again. And then it's just like, nope, this dude just like legitimately my friend now. It's just so freaking how that goes down.
Yeah,
But you know why it worked like
weird.
that though, Jay? Because when you think about it, parents wasn't in the way of kids. Parents, because we all 10, 12, 13, we can listen, because again, Anton is on my side, you, Sparta, and Craig, y'all on your side. So we duke it out, but we all still friends. Anton ain't gonna stop being friends with Craig and Sparta because me and you fight. So we had to iron it out right there. And once we go blow to blow, it establishes a sense of respect and honor and protection, right?
Mhm.
But again,
Hey, I'll back you on that one, Coach.
parents wasn't in the way.
Right.
Your parents didn't even know you had that fight, did they, Jay? Nope, you ain't tell them. You ain't run home tell them. So that's if you know you. But see, now parents are in the way of the kids, making excuses why the kid is slow. I'm saying the kid is slow. No, the kid is demonstrating that they can't be outside by themselves. They're demonstrating that they can't swim. They're demonstrating the biggest thing in America, that you can't understand this weak education system. You're not
Absolutely,
taking
I agree
the
with that.
growth.
Yeah, I agree.
And this is, to me, America's failure to the future. Honor the future by allowing, because regular education is almost a thing of the past. We tired of hearing about George Washington. We know who they are. You know what I'm saying? Black people, we did stuff way before slavery. Let all that be a part of it. Go right into the vocationals early. To go back to the old school way, put them in home ec classes, survival skill classes, social emotional
Yeah, they
classes.
gotta.
Make sure
Honestly, I
they
got
go
something better to add, Coach. With
learn
that
math, learn
summer class.
science, learn how to read and write a sentence. You know, math, English, and science, that's all they need, especially in that part. Then the rest should be social emotional and or some type of skilled phenomenon in a sense. And then because the social emotional will allow these people to sort of get to know each other on a better than a superficial way against the old propaganda, because America is not the future without black folk. It ain't the future, and black folk ain't gonna go nowhere. But I do believe that a lot of young people, regardless of race now, should take advantage of the resources before these old people go ahead and leave the earth. And then who know who's gonna be running America? So if you got a chance to get a skill, you got some young children who you think are smart, invest in their smartness, it'll pay off 10, 15 years, especially, Jay, when you get 45, 55. You don't want to be out here having to work like you 18, 22. You want to be able
Oh
to
hell
slow
no!
down.
I vote Coach for president.
So, no, man, I can't be president because everybody's going to get some money if I'm president. You gonna
VP
get
then.
one shot. You gonna get one shot.
Hey
Craig,
man, hey listen, I hope it's a little extra for retiring, man. I
listen,
ain't trying to go back to work after that.
I'm just gonna make sure Craig bring his whole credit report, and I'm gonna look at it and be like, man, listen, all right, you get one payoff. I'm gonna give you one payoff and $10,000. Can you do something with that?
That's a bit shameful.
That's all everybody gonna get.
It's because I'm white, isn't it?
No, man, I'm just saying. If it's some BS stuff, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let everybody get a house and a car and raise 2 slow kids, but yeah, I'm gonna make
They
sure
get more than me
everybody's
then.
Huh?
They get
No,
more than me.
Anton get more because he has a family, right? So I'm gonna look
I
at
have
that.
a family.
You got children and daughters and sons?
I've got 2 daughters and 3 sons.
Are they all
and a
under
wife.
8? Who's under age 18?
My all 3 of my sons, my 2 daughters are in the 20s.
Oh, well, they get their own. See, if you over 18, you get your own. But if you 18, you get no. Matter of fact, if you under 21, it's a family. But over 21, you get your own.
I have 3 sons that are underage.
So you get everything that's coming to your family.
My eldest son is 17.
Okay, so you get one more year. You get everything coming to your family. Sparta, you get your own. Your mom get her own. Jay, I don't know if you got kids and family. You get your own.
No kids and family.
Dang. So if we're gonna start out at Wally, you get your own.
Peter, we can hardly hear that.
And I'm gonna say, don't come back.
I can barely hear that.
But guess what, Jay?
Coach, everyone else quite loud and clear, but Peter,
and this
sort your volume out.
Listen, and this is what I'm gonna shut up. But this is, I love the position I'm in because I see stuff that most regular people don't see. Y'all know, Anton, I'm sure you probably keep up with it, but anybody turning 18 right now don't have to register for selective services.
Yeah, I heard about that.
You don't have to do
Our
it.
government are trying to make us sign up.
No, you know why?
Get 10 grand out
Because
of it.
when you turn 18, the system is already going to click, put you on in there.
Yeah, it's our government over here.
But listen.
Hang on.
You can say what you want about the government, Greg, but you know what the government is still doing? Something that they haven't done since the world wars.
What, care about the people?
The government is meeting their numbers of recruitment ahead of time. Hold on. That means a lot of people, especially Greg, you old, man. You old, Craig, man. You old. But a lot of young men, listen, a lot of young men and women, they're joining the services.
Well,
did you hear they changed the max age now to 44?
See what I'm saying? Yeah, Anton, yeah. Get them on up in there, Anton. Listen, we talk about all the time.
Meant to be
you got to be
retired at the age of
productive.
55. They raised the retirement age in the army by 10 years.
Yeah,
over here.
See, I think that's one thing we are hurting as Americans. Like, I know overseas the draft is still a big thing. I think we need that here. I really do. I think it's going to help a lot of people.
Service.
You'll be eligible, won't you? When you be eligible, Anton, what's that age they raise it to?
44.
And Sparta, would you make it? Would you be able to go?
He'd need a crutch stick and a machine gun.
Fuck off over there.
No, you wouldn't. Sparta, you'd be a good soldier.
He just got
make you a good soldier.
Oh, come on. He's already flaming 60 years old.
Sparta be a good soldier because he all tense and shit. That would get him right, won't that time? Because he always tense.
You gotta lose everything. Everything got to come off.
All that's coming off anyway.
Whoa.
Yes.
We don't say those words on this channel.
Well,
what's that?
It ain't gonna be there.
What word?
It ain't gonna be there, ain't there, Tom?
What, wrinkled old man?
Man, the barber's chair.
And it's only gonna take him like a minute to get it all off. So.
Oh, shave it off. Please give me a pleasure of shaving his beard off. You guys will have to pin him down, but I'll have to do the honors of shaving it off.
If you come near my beer, I'm kicking you in your balls.
And Sparta, you gotta pay for it too.
You got the other 4 people pinning you down.
Oh, that's what he said.
Sparta, they take it out your pocket too that same day.
Well, the only funny thing about that is once I'd shaving it off, I'd run like fuck.
They make you pay for it right there, like her.
Exactly.
It's probably about $10 today. About $10 too. Like
when I went, it was $4.
Yeah,
I thought that was part of your when you go in, actually your boot camp.
Oh, basic training, everybody clean.
They want everything on. No facial hair.
You ain't got none of that.
Facial hair.
And you shaving every week too. Every few days.
I hope they don't shave downstairs.
Nah, man, come on, man. Everybody will see that.
Dude, come on now.
I kind of like a full bush.
Man, especially if you one of them nasty dudes don't like to get in the shower.
Ooh.
When I was in, man, we was throwing your ass in there, like, get your little stinky ass in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
no, forget the shower.
I'll be more worried about someone seeing my small winky.
Man, ain't nobody gonna mess with all that, man, because that's why it's exposed easily in the military.
Well,
the military
is different to the Navy, so I'd be more worried about.
That's all the same. Even in the Navy, they just choose to do it.
All the branches, you gonna be clean.
Yeah, it's exposed. Ain't nothing that going on.
Showering is one of the requirements. Simple.
Hygiene. They big on hygiene. You ain't gonna be stinky.
Because
you'll be clean, but you'll be covered in something else if you're in the
honestly,
Navy.
No, Craig.
No.
Put it like this. When I reported in, I found out sometime before my rotation, they had an outbreak of crabs.
Crabs?
Yeah.
There's a new virus. I don't know what it's called, but there's a new virus. Kids over here have all been literally pulled out of school because of this airborne virus, and it's making people literally vomit and have diarrhea really badly.
I heard, but I think I know what you're talking about, Craig.
That's going around everywhere. So I thought I'd warn you guys.
What I'm talking about. But seriously, there was an outbreak that happened in my barracks. Like I think maybe about a year prior to my group arriving, and they found out there were a couple of guys, and there was even a few ladies that were not cleaning themselves, and it was
So, Sparta, I have a question, right?
Go ahead.
Just in reference to the topic, right? Since society, just I believe when questions arise like this, I think people can sense the shift in what you're seeing in the real world, right? The whole sensitive thing, right? Why do you think? I guess most man, I had the question, man. Why do you think?
It's gonna come to you, Coach. Give yourself a minute.
Let me see. People relish in that sensitivity side of life, like the woe is me, everything is bad, the world go in. They never see the bright side of it, since so sensitive. Because I guess you're talking about sensitive emotionally. Then why do you think most people, once they attach themselves to that part of life, especially today, they just sort of live in it? Like, oh, the women ain't shit, the man ain't shit, my family ain't shit. They pointing fingers everywhere else but at themselves.
Yeah. Because they've never been held accountable. That's what
I think that's one reason. Accountability. They want attention on themselves.
So narcissism, you think as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Accountability and narcissism. That's a very good combination.
There's several different levels of narcissism, just so y'all know, man. I don't know, Sparta, you might want to look it up and do a little show on it. It's about 5 different types of narcissism.
No, well, hold on. There's different stages of it, but the thing is, it's supposed to be rare. It's like not everybody's supposed to have it. So, this is so. It goes back to when women say I date a narcissist. Well, no. Did you self-diagnose that motherfucker, or did you, or did he, or was he clinically diagnosed as one? There's a difference because I hate people who just throw around the word narcissism when you understand. Like, do you understand that is a rare DSM to have? That's rare. It's not meant for everybody to have it. Because if that's the case, that means the whole world is full of narcissistic people.
But Jay, we all possess those
crazy.
traits. Jay, Sparta, if you get a chance, that's what I'm telling you, it's a good show. We all possess some of those traits in those different characteristics of being a narcissist. We all do.
Well, here's the thing: we might have like one, but we're not like full on.
Some
you know
people got 2 or 3.
Like you said, because you have to qualify for that too. Remember for like all the what was it? It was because it's part of oh my god, I'm sorry guys. There's a book called the DSM, and it's what clinical therapists like to all use
The
to
DSM-5.
clarify.
Look at it right now.
There we go. DSM-5.
Right
there we go. Yeah, see, guys, I'm about to pull shit on my ass. I know this shit. It's DSM-5, and
I
it
have
has
no
an
idea what you're on
actual
about.
list of what the criteria are for a narcissist. But it has to be like all 5 things. Like you could have like 2, but you're still missing like 6 more. Like you know what I'm saying? So I'm saying we're not full on. We're not full
looking
on.
at it, Jay, and
You saying what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this is what it is. This is what it is. I looked it up.
I'm too humble to be a fucking
2
narcissist. I
distinct
know that.
frameworks
There's no way.
associated
You're a
with it.
narcissist. Right there, it's narcissist.
One framework is the behavioral dynamics of a narcissistic relationship cycle, and the other is the developmental evolution across a person's lifespan. Now, the relationship cycle, it's like these are the things associated with it: idealization, devaluation, discard, and I think it's supposed to be hovering or hoovering. And then for the developmental aspect of the lifespan, it's the early childhood foundations. And then you got what happens at adolescence, like for early childhood, typically develops a psychological defense mechanism during childhood. Often stems from extreme conditions, either severe emotional neglect, trauma, and conditional love, or excessive unrealistic overpraising without emotional attunement. For adolescents and adults, egotistical drives, grandiosity, entitlement, and need for admiration generally peaking during young adulthood. Social, academic, or early career ambitions are heavily leveraged to construct a grandiose self-image.
But there's more to it. There's at least Spot. I put it in the back, right? The different types of narcissists, right? And you'll see that we all would align at some point in certain situations with a type of it. You have the grandiose type. You have What's the other type,
Self
man?
idolization, which there's not a lot of my
Yeah, the
you
self-idolization, yeah.
know, the covert and vulnerable narcissists,
Yep.
you know, the malignant
covert and vulnerable.
narcissists, the communal narcissists, the neglectful narcissists, the benign narcissists, the entitled narcissists, general and cultural narcissists. Yeah, man, you got different types, man. I'm telling you.
Sounds like somebody we all heard of. What would
I'm
you
just
think?
saying that we all possess it, but there's again, it's like a trait. Yeah, at some point, I think we all would be a narcissist, even if it's particular topics in our lives. And
I've got a question. Would you class Peter as a narcissist?
to some
That
degree,
was actually a joke.
but
That was
if
actually
you
a joke.
Sparta, read through it, right? If you get a chance, just read
I'm
through the
enjoying
different types, and you'll. I ain't saying now, but any of y'all read through it, man, and we gonna be able to identify. Like, hold on,
I'm never gonna check this out.
I can remember that. No, it's not a bad thing, man. At least we know who we are. I like knowing who I am in different facets of me. So if there's something bad, I like to address it. If it's something good, I'm just gonna add that shit. I ain't
So,
even
guys,
gonna
we're getting
question it.
to the end of the show. Let's start getting our final thoughts then. Let's go in order. Greg, Greg, Anton, Jay, Coach, and then Wally.
Peace. Well, do I think the world's become a bunch of pussies? Yes, I do. That's it. That's it. Easy enough to say. Look at my country, for instance. They're all a bunch of pussies. The whole country's been pussified. That's it, really. Pete?
Wow, that's a good way of looking at it.
God damn, you're shiny as hell.
Yeah, whatever. You're just jealous. Anywho, are we becoming too sensitive? Yeah. I like to call it the wussification of our society. There was a time when we learned to be resilient, where we learned if we fall down, we get back up. I don't see that with a good number of people in our society now. It's like once they fall down, they just roll up into the fetal position and suck their thumb and wet themselves. It's almost like they're afraid to get dirty. They're afraid to make a mistake. They're afraid to fail. I'm not saying we have to go look for it. What I'm saying is people think because they have a smartphone, they can avoid teachable moments. Like an app is going to teach them the shortcut on what it means to grow up, what it means to be an adult, what it means to deal with accountability. And you see that a lot with a significant number of younger people now. They avoid accountability and responsibility like it's a plague. And they expect someone to take care of them. It doesn't work like that. There was a time when people had to learn to be self-reliant. People had to learn how to do things on their own because unfortunately there were situations where they didn't have somebody to show them the way. And you have people who have individuals, their parents, siblings, or other family members to show them the way, to guide them, to mentor them. To once they get to a certain age, they learn to take care of themselves. The problem is you have a generation that's constantly wrapped up in styrofoam peanuts and walking on bubble wrap. And that's not good. Because like Paul Wood always says, pressure does two things. It breaks pipes or it makes diamonds. And the problem is with this generation, they're breaking more pipes than making diamonds. I'm talking about pressure. I'll explain to you later what I mean by that. But that's, I feel, the problem. And our good friend JT has said it, iron sharpens iron. And the problem is people don't want to sharpen that iron. They don't want to sharpen that blade. And I think that's not a good thing. But it just like we didn't get to this point overnight, getting out of it's not going to take overnight. So to me, I feel like and I guess this is just for my generation, for me and Coach, for our generation, we found a way to figure it out. That's the best way I can look at it. And then I think it's our responsibility of our generation to let these young people, y'all gonna have to learn to figure it out, or y'all gonna have to come up with a plan, and you gotta learn to execute it and follow through. Because you can't expect to change a light bulb if you're not in the room. Sometimes you got two options. You can stay in that fetal position, or you can get up, dust yourself off, and Charlie Mike. That's all I gotta say. I know some words we're thinking about.
Jay, you're up.
Come on, Jay. Final thoughts.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that, y'all. I had myself muted. Um, on my iPad, y'all. But good conversation tonight. I think there are matters which that need to be fixed. I'm talking about some old school implementation. Implementate. Hold on. Implementing. I'm going to say implementation. That need to be implemented within our world today. And I will say that to the degree that needs to be done is, I would say, like, severely done. So yes, there's a lot of too overly simplistic, sensitive people that really need to learn how to take a joke every now and then. That need to really get off their high horse and really just get out their room and get some freaking fresh air and really spend some time outside. Learn to socialize, talk with other people. Learn to get some camaraderie amongst other people. If you can't do that, then you might as well, like I said, stay in your goddamn house. I don't have the time or the patience to deal with people like that. Because like I said, this is, to me, this is a kill or kill be world. If you're too weak to save yourself, then you deserve to fall. And if you neglect help when it's given to you, then you also deserve to fall, in my opinion. But that's the advice I would pass on to, as this conversation is, let yourself be vulnerable amongst other people that you trust. Put a brotherhood around you if you're a man. More so, this is because around a bunch of men, so I'm saying to the men. Put a brotherhood around yourself, people who you trust, build some camaraderie amongst each other, and also make and hey man, hang out, chill, and let that span for a lifetime. That being said, though, y'all have a great night. I gotta work tomorrow, so so y'all, like I said, y'all have a great night, and just take the conversations and the words of these people here, not with a grain of salt, with walk away with some actual freaking sense and some learning from what you've learned, and let it marinate and stew in your brain. And with that being said, kawaii night.
Oh man, shoot, man. I think the topic's, it's a great topic, man. As society, I guess, becoming more sensitive. I'll say yeah, but there's factors that I've seen have accumulated us to being at this point, just to even have conversations like that. I think we are doing our future disservice in America, and that's because America is in a position to sort of lead the world in families and protecting its borders in a greater fashion, fathers and sons, even daughters being able to live a life of at least aiming for something, staking their claim in the world that they are in. But we'll see, man. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on. Same old battles we've been in for the last 25 years, which do we need them? Yet to be seen. Same old type of society issues we've been dealing with for the last 50 years. And now it's starting to spill over into more than just us. So yeah, society, it is what it is, but I think it's in a gray area. I believe it's in a gray area because as a man, we still have to figure out how to just be self-sufficient and independent at some point in our lives. And I think was one remedy, if I could change it, I would ensure that if you have been determined to be a father of a child, I would deem both parents 50-50. And I wouldn't so much make it to where someone is getting child support. I would just put it in a trust fund. I would just put both sides of the money into a trust fund until the child turns 18. Then I could even you can file to get it back, whatever you put in, or you can at least contribute to the future of your child till they're 21. Then it becomes theirs. But yeah, man, salute to everybody who's still trying to make it, man. Don't give up. Every day you wake up, don't give up. Because one day you want to look back and realize you survived it, that you worked through it. And, everything else will just work itself out. Whether it comes to people, family, friends, can't live your life focusing on what's behind you. So, again, man, don't nobody ever give up, man. It's always a better day if you wake up and take your feelings out of the world. Take your feelings out of the world. Truth and logic. Go cuss some family members out and friends that hurt you, that you still think about. Just cuss them out, and move on. Release it. But salute, man.
Wally, you're up, man. Wally?
No, I'm here. Go ahead, give me a minute. As far as the topic goes, what can I say? I mean, as far as the idea on sensitivity or the natures of that, I mean, look, the world is definitely in a very sensitive place, one way or the other, depending on certain standards of where you look at it, depending on whatever depiction you're going off of, right? I just think, honestly, most of it just is very situational for most of it, because I think if you take away most of the situational parts of the whole sensitivity part, the world is just what it is. I'm just leave it at that.
My bad. All right. So yeah, we're in a very sensitive time in our life, and I think we need to put a little toughness in us to be able to take some jokes, take some emotion. My girl says sometimes to me, "You can be a little sensitive." Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that being a little sensitive, but I can also take a joke. I can also take criticism. You gotta find the right balance. When it comes to your woman, I think you should be sensitive and let your guard down. But when you're in the open world, you need to have a thick ass skin, almost a shield.
Mhm.
But let's do a quick schedule update, guys. So tomorrow night, we're talking about excuse me, what superhero could beat the Terminator. We're gonna chop it up and figure it out tomorrow. And we'll be back on Sunday with the gray area, and then on Monday with is Roman Reigns already on Mount
Rushmore.
Thank you. And we are having a Spartan next week, guys. Have to post that. So accept that, guys. As always, this was the Spartan HQ Network. I am the Spartan, my man Anton, my man Coach, my man Wally, and my man Greg. As always, stay fresh, stay safe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Have a good one. Be safe, everybody.